Hey everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my GT Online bombing guide. In the last part, we talked about the statistics for each bomb, so in this video we're going to be reviewing each plane's strengths and weaknesses when it comes to bombing. Then we are going to discuss speed control and prediction, basic techniques, and how to practice your shot. To narrow things down, I want to first say that the big planes that have bombs like the Bombushka, Volatile, and the Avenger are not what you want to be using to bomb effectively. The technical reason being that they are so big that the camera has to zoom out much more than it would on the planes that I recommend, and this will make it 10 times harder to aim because it's hard to tell how fast you're going, first of all, and speed control is very important when it comes to bombing. And second of all, rendering. Now for high altitudes this doesn't apply because you don't see your target anyways, but for low altitudes you really want to be able to see your target to aim, and you won't be able to do that with a huge plane like a Volatile or a Bombushka. I mean, maybe with the Bombushka because it goes really slow, but I still wouldn't recommend it because it's just huge. The three planes that I do recommend for bombing are the Seabreeze, the Rogue, and the Starling. The Seabreeze is a nimble aircraft that has very quick acceleration for a propeller plane, and that can allow you to speed up after a strafe fairly quickly. However, it lacks the rudder strength, so you cannot make a quick change in your path before dropping the bomb. The Rogue, on the other hand, has a very strong rudder turn, so you can make very sudden major aiming changes if your opponent decides to run out of your path. However, the Starling is by far the best bomber plane in the entire game because it has everything. It's not only the smallest airplane in the game, but it can also be the slowest plane and the fastest plane in the game if you want it to, with the boost functionality. This makes it the hardest plane out of the three to aim with because of the fact that the speed will vary a lot each time, but the Starling can do some very good maneuvers the other two would have a really hard time doing. And we will talk about those maneuvers in another part of the series because this part is only for the basic stuff. So let's look at the concept of speed control and prediction. This is the basis of being good at bombing in this game. Being able to predict where your shot is going to land is by far the most important thing to get better at. Master this concept and you'll notice that your shot is a lot more consistent and accurate. To help give you guys a better understanding of what I'm talking about, I made this diagram on the screen right now. I know this doesn't look the most aesthetically pleasing, but when I explain it, it will make much more sense. So, the orange to red gradient in the quarter circle represents the speed of your aircraft. The orange is the slower speeds, and the red is the fast speeds. The direction each black line is facing represents the path the bomb will take as it falls to the ground. Now keep in mind, this isn't exactly what will happen, it's just the principle, it's not up to scale or anything. The length of the black line represents how much time in advance you will have to drop the bomb in order to hit your target at that speed. So let me give you a scenario. Let's pretend you want to hit a bomb on someone when you're flying at speeds in the red zone. Well, that means you have to drop the bomb a while before you get to your target, and the travel path of the bomb will look more horizontal than it will vertical. And if you want to hit a bomb at slower speeds, then basically the opposite will occur. Remember when I said the Starling is one of the hardest planes to aim your shot with because of the rapid speed changes? Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The Starling can go from speeds in the orange zone to speeds in the red zone in a matter of like 2 seconds. This will require a very sudden change in your timing, and that can be very tricky to get the hang of. So this sort of visualization is what is going on in your head whenever you calculate a bomb drop. Now the only problem with this picture I made is that it doesn't account for higher altitudes, but really the only thing that would increase as you go higher into the air would be the length of the black lines. You'd have to drop the bomb like many seconds before you actually get to your target. Now that we've gone over speed control, let's get into the game and go over the basic techniques of bombing in GT Online. First of all, your camera settings. You want to use the furthest zoomed out view in your plane. If you use anything else, your plane will block your view and it'll mess up your shot. Up next, bomb camera, and then this is extremely deceiving because I'm sure many of you probably thought that this view helps you aim your shot, and I thought that too when I first started using the bomber planes, but that is not the case at all. You will not be able to see your target using the bomb camera until he's directly under you, and at that point it will be too late and you will miss your shot. What you instead want to do is first aim your shot, then once you drop the bomb, go into bomb camera mode to see if you're accurate or not. If your bomb hit before the target, try dropping a little later next time, and vice versa. Kind of using it as a way to see how you can correct yourself for the next run rather than it directly helping you aim. And while we're on the topic of timing, the reason you only see me drop one bomb instead of a carpet bomb is because you're only calculating for one bomb. Dropping only one at a time means it will drop the instant you hit the A button or the X button if you're on PS4, so you won't have to account for the time that you have to hold the button for to initiate a carpet bomb. The only time you want to use a carpet bomb is against vehicles or anything that is moving fast because it allows you to cover up a whole margin of error that you would have ran into if you only dropped one. And the reason for that is because people that are in moving vehicles are a lot harder to calculate shots for rather than just on the ground. And the other reason is that you save ammo because you only get 10 carpet bomb strafes if you spam them, so you'll run out way too fast. One thing that I talked about earlier with the Starling is its very small size. This can be used to your advantage on people that either use the homing rocket or minigun on you. So what you want to do is when you hear the homing rocket warning, just head straight at them. And you can even go slow. The homing rocket will miss you 95% of the time because the Starling is so small. And what this does is basically act like a giant flare, giving their position away for you to hit an easy shot on them. And here's a perfect example of that in action. So with all that being said, how do you practice all of this? The best way to practice bombing is to simply go to an invite-only session and fly around the map, choose a spot in your head that you want to hit with the bomb, and attempt to hit that spot. If you miss, just try again and see if you can hit it the next time. Do this at different speeds and heights because when you face good players, you will get shot down if you go at the same speed and height every single time. Staying unpredictable is key. And that is where I will end this part. In the next part, we will talk about more advanced maneuvers and things you can do to stay unpredictable. If you enjoyed or found this video helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more guide and PvP related content. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.